Well, it's been 5 years and thousands of arrows later. This release has performed flawlessly since the day I bought it, and it's done it at half the price of some of the new stuff on the market.
I went over a decade without shooting my bow, so when I came back to archery, naturally I turned to YouTube to teach me a few things. These days I try to get out and shoot as much as possible, and I figure I might as well turn on my camera while I'm there. Maybe while I'm tinkering with stuff, someone else will pick up something that'll help them out.
Well, like everything else, archery equipment keeps getting more expensive. Admittedly, things are improving and products are getting better, but I also think there's just a lot of marketing hype. When it comes to archery releases, some of the most popular ones on the market now are north of $300, and I think that's a little excessive, especially when you can pick up something like this. So after taking a long break from archery in 2019, I bought a new bow, this Mission MXR, and I wanted to get a new release. I'd been using index releases previous to that, and they'd caused me some problems with target panic. So I wanted to get a good thumb release. Now, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on something because I wasn't really sure how much I was going to enjoy archery, but I also didn't want to buy a $25 piece of junk either. And so I did a little searching around, and I came across the Bone Collector T-Rex. At the time, this was a pretty new release that had hit the market, and it was a nice mid-range and affordable release. I actually bought it before I bought the bow because I took this with me when I went and test shot all the bows that I was looking at before I settled on my Mission MXR. So how does this thing look after 5 years? Let's take a little close-up. As you can see, it's been beat up a little bit. It's rode around in the pouch, it's been packed through the Idaho mountains, it's been dropped on the concrete, dropped in the dirt, dropped on the rocks. It's had thousands and thousands of arrows shot through it, and I've done exactly zero maintenance to it other than just blow the dust out of it from time to time. And despite all this abuse, this thing has worked flawlessly since day one. I've never had a single hiccup with this release. So it only comes in this size and in the 4-finger configuration. I typically wear a size large glove, and this fits my hand perfectly. It has an adjustable trigger travel, adjustable tension, adjustable barrel, and originally it came with an extension for the barrel, and I took that off. Of the 3 releases I own, this is technically the cheapest. And of the 3, this is the one I shoot the most because I'm the most accurate with it. I have a couple other releases here. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see a video on either of these. Although it only comes in the 4-finger configuration, I typically just shoot it with 3 because when I get my 4th finger on there, I tend to get a little grabby with it. The way I have it set up is so that at full draw, I position the thumb barrel right in the crease of my thumb. I have the tension nearly maxed out, which allows me to put a good load on that barrel. From there, I just pull, and as my hand stretches a little bit, the release fires with a nice crisp break. So having put this thing through a 5-year torture test, I can confidently say that this has met every expectation I had for it. It has been a great release. If you're wanting to try a thumb barrel and you don't want to drop $300 on a release, this Bone Collector T-Rex is something you're probably interested in.